there are resources and things out there and program supports, because I know that there's so much that we go through on a daily basis, especially from being in the military and going from a lot of stressors.
I am a rebel, I am defiant, going against the odds, striving for great, my actions define it. Taking back what is ours, feeling like David against Goliath. Even when stakes are large, I'm not afraid to take down a giant. In order to walk with the gods, play the cards that was handed.
Welcome to Local Legends, a series where we have a chat with everyday heroes from around the way. I'm Daniree.
And I'm U.S. Army Combat Veteran Pedro Muriel. And today we have a special guest, Elsie Cruz. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here, Elsie.
Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about your military service. You served in the Navy.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I started in 2010, and I was an operations specialist. And I really wanted to kind of just make my mark, because I'm the first female in my family.
Awesome.
To just do an active service. And that was just something that I really wanted to come across to my little brothers and sisters and be an example, to make sure that they know that there's so much that we can do, and especially as a female, and it was very difficult for me to kind of step out into that role, and I'm really glad I did.
Awesome.
Awesome.
So let's talk a little bit about the transition from your Navy service to getting into the mental health field. What's that journey been like for you?
Yeah, so as soon as I got out of the military, unfortunately, I got sick. Actually, was sick during the military service, and when I got out, I had been diagnosed with breast cancer, stage 2, and was really struggling with that treatment. I did chemo, like 16 rounds, and radiation, and just trying to get better. And honestly, I'm still on therapy. I have 4 more years left. And I really wanted to make sure that my physical health and my mental health were a big part of my mission going forward after my recovery. So majorly, I just wanted to make sure that I wanted my mental health and physical health to be a staple, and for other people to see how well I recovered after the military.
That's amazing.
That's awesome. So you've always had this sense of strength and sense of giving back. You work in the mental health field now, and going through all of that you went through with your battle with cancer, what is it exactly that you do now to help people gain their strength or recognize their strength?
Yeah. So right now, just making sure that they know that there are resources and things out there and program supports, because I know that there's so much that we go through on a daily basis, especially from being in the military and going from a lot of stressors and bringing into our transitioning into a civilian world, and not knowing how to deal with those things. And I really want to make sure that the gaps in services are recognized in the community, and that the programs outreach and we continue to spread those resources to people who are unable to get the resources that they need. So,
what would you say has been the most rewarding aspect of your career in the mental health field thus far?
Yeah, so I think really working with people who struggle and they feel like they have no hope. And honestly, it's just been so scary to see the path that a lot of my friends have gone down, and unfortunately I lost a best friend from his TBI and seizures, and that really propelled me into what I really wanted to address in the community, and make sure that there are programs for those gaps in services and things like that. So I hope that answered the question that you're asking.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you work for Care Plus, New Jersey, right? Where is Care Plus located?
Care Plus is located in Paramus, and they're on, I think, secondary location is Fairlawn and Hasbrook Heights. They provide extensive programs for mental health, addictions, primary care, and also case management and medical assisted treatment for addictions and recovery and holistic recovery. It's a nonprofit, so we try to reach the community as much as possible and with all the programs that we service. So, yeah.
With all the things that you have done so far within your service, within the things that you've been doing in the mental health field, what kind of legacy do you aspire to leave behind?
Yeah, so the legacy I would really love to leave behind is to really understand that we all have a legacy to leave behind, and what we do with our life and going forward, whether it's our faith and continuing to have faith through the process and to really love others the way that God intended us to love each other. And so I really love that part of like faith being incorporated in service in the program. So
I love that answer.
Awesome. That's
Thank
a great
you.
answer. So listen, Elsie, it's been a pleasure, and we thank you so much. You have such an amazing story. Where can people reach either the Care Plus New Jersey, and what's the other program that you have?
Yeah, so Nutley Health Department has a program for clinical services, and we also have a peer support group, so that out of the American Legion, we bind together to provide like activities and like all different types of social interaction and connectedness. And the email that I have for our group is resourcefulvets@gmail.com. Please reach out. You can email me, and I will reach you as soon as I can. Honestly, it's in its fruition, and I wanted to make sure that the community, you know, is reached, and hopefully through this program we are able to reach more people as it grows. So,
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, that's amazing. And we thank you so much for being here and taking time to share your story with us.
Thank you for having me.
This has been Local Legends. I'm Pedro,
I'm Daniree.
and we'll see you guys next time.
I am a rebel, I am defiant. Going against the odds, striving for great, my actions define it. Taking back what is ours, feeling like David against Goliath. Even when stakes are large, I'm not afraid to take down a giant. In order to walk with the gods, play the cards that was handed. Sacrificed and we managed. Came about the circumstances, now we raising all the standards. Nothing was given, we planned it. Through the trials, tribulation, and pressure, going the distance, striving no matter how far we measure. We all together coming alive. We on the rise, putting it all on the line. Only the strong survive. Coming alive. We on the rise, putting it all on the line.
Sit, Shadow, sit. Good dog.